for decent-sized friend mod games. I think people have expressed dissatisfaction with the idea that a two-player team will always win as long as one of their members places first, which is... I mean, that makes intuitive sense to me. Like, that makes a lot of intuitive sense to me, but I suppose I understand the idea that maybe it shouldn't work like that. Or at the very least, that it can sometimes feel unsatisfying when it happens. Which is why I think the current threshold is set at 6, guaranteeing that each team will at least start with 3 players. Cursor, get off my screen. That's very bad. You should go away. So you have an egg box, which means I need to remove you from my field of view. Goodbye. We shall see if the notifier actually works today. Troll asks, how's Redacted going? It still waiting regarding the one of the drift frame fixes for Redacted B. I'll probably message about that tonight. Also, I'll join Broadcast Voice eventually, probably at some point in the future. Hey, I'm very cool. Alright, so there's a couple things that I need to fix. First off, the 30 FPS camera, I thought it would look better, but instead it looks worse. So I'm gonna fix that. We're gonna go back to fucking 0 light in here. Then I need to chill in Kart Crew. And then I need to put myself on voice activity to automatically determine input sensitivity. And then I need to join broadcast. Sick. I am the best. Oh my god, everyone picked garbage. How could this possibly have happened? So I'm probably not going to stream for too long tonight, just wanted to fucking do something to keep myself occupied today. Feels a little bit empty in the apartment without Frey here all of a sudden, so want to keep my mind off things with some sick friend mod gameplay. I should probably be, like, streaming without an overlay or anything, so I can, like, get footage for a release trailer or something. Since I feel like it's very, very near ready for release. But I just haven't been doing that. I kind of want to diagnose the weird shit where, like, it's now 2 people who, like, get white screens for 10 minutes and time out when joining games with friend mod enabled. And I'm not really sure what's going on with that. I'm reasonably sure it's not my bug, and at least one of them has said that when they completely clean install the game, the problem goes away, making it almost certainly not my bug. But I'm still kind of weirded out by the idea that something is crashing for, like, a reason that's completely outside of my fucking field of expertise. I generally like the idea of knowing what the fuck is going on. Hello, friend. Alright, this looks like a cinch to me. This looks kind of free, actually. This looks like maybe fatal free. There's a pretty long home stretch here, though. I guess an overtake is ostensibly possible, but we've got a pretty sizable lead, I think. Chris says, very strange. You maybe talk to other modders about this issue in their stuff, or the dev team. I've got fuck all. We've been talking about it in the Kart Crew Discord, and nobody has any idea what could be happening. Just because the issue is so sporadic. It only happens with a small subset of people, and only under circumstances that we apparently can't duplicate. Sick Fatal. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright. It is time for video to game. New people experiencing friend mod is the first time. That's gonna be a yikes from me, Chief. Hey, Thionic. Thanks for dropping in. Ah, why did you do that? Very sad. Alright, I'm gonna deploy because I'm very scared. And then take super aggressive lines that might be scary to blue players. Oh shit. I always do that where I think I have enough traction to fucking carry speed into that corner, and I never do. Really now? Alright. We're just holding those, I guess. That's sick. Ah, well. I've gotta fucking get this shit done for my team. I need to not crush my team member here. Holy shit, that was slick. I'm so cool. God damn it. Alright. Today is get shunted slightly off your ideal line and die day, I guess. Damn it. I also think my camera may be, like, very slightly misplaced. Stand by for information on that situation. Oh boy. Man, at this point, CartNet Play really only needs to fix potato joins to be, like, wildly fucking enjoyable. Like, that's the one real sticking point, is joins being kind of weird. Chris says you should move camera a bit to the right. Yeah, I think I had it cropped slightly weirdly for a video gaze thing, or something. Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Let's see. That is... okay, that is closer to the position. Let's get it fucking aligned correctly and just pitch. Yeah. Okay. That's a little closer. I let everyone down because I suck dick at video games. As says, I heard the bad news. I'm sorry for your loss of the gay. I'll get over it. It's nice to have a little more space around here. It was definitely, like, straining things having 5 fucking people in a 900 square foot apartment for like a week and a half. But I already miss having Frey here. Shit's stupid. Hello, support. How do I turn off emotions? I don't want this. So I'm sitting here wondering if there's anything left I need to fix before friend mod release. Besides, like... Oh, hey, sick. Anything I need to fix before, release of friend mod, besides the weird fucking timeout issues that exactly 2 people are having, and only when they haven't clean reinstalled the game, I guess. Oh no, Griff is ahead of everyone. That's very, very bad. This... See, this is what friend mod is really about. Is like allied players doing their best to burn offensive items in a way that doesn't hit the fuck out of their teammates. Whee! Okay, so someone at least passed Griff. Oh, well, shit, I just ran over somebody super hard. Oh, wow, we're filling him pretty quick. Fuck. And now I don't even have a clear shot, damn it. Please don't run me over. I am yielding to your superior size. Please do not fucking kill me. Okay. That's close enough. Alright, so Griff is about to fucking kill everyone again. In second now? Nope, absolutely gone. Oh dear. No! I tried to burn them, I'm so sorry. But you had a grow, shit. Or you picked up a grow, maybe. Those didn't hit, so I'm guessing you had that grow the whole time. I swear to God, these bananas. Yep, Griff is about to fatal us. Boss mode is hard. This fucked up camera is a feature, by the way. I've decided that it's a feature now, because I don't know how to fix it or why it happens. So yeah. Chase says, imagine if you could actually share items. I really don't feel like finding a custom button to do that. I actually like vanilla gameplay quite a lot. Nobody pulled a speed because he never actually pulled that far ahead. Hey, Runa. I like, what's this mode? You're about to find out, motherfucker. Chris says, I get to see my own video game tomorrow, thankfully, but sadly the arcade plans have been cancelled. No, I'm lucky. I really dig the arcade shit we were able to do while Frey was here. I kind of want to put together like an IRL streaming kit. Just some basic stuff, like one of those tripod selfie stick deals, like an external lav mic. Maybe an external battery pack or two, stuff like that. But I feel like I get out so rarely that it would be like a waste. NTU mad about 3-1. This map is good now because fucking Roy took my advice on the OPL3 version of Canyon.mid. And because I had a hand in this map's creation, it's just now automatically good. Actually, it's good because a lot of the turns were made significantly more readable. I still don't know about the top route, but I so rarely take the top route anyway. Ooh, I don't like that. Fuck. Teammate items screwing me up. Okay, that zero's dead. That zero is dead. Tyonic is gone. Do I dare try to pass? Ah, shit. Yeah, I'm starting to hear it. The Demo Who warning doesn't really sound like a warning at all. Chris says, dude, just stream the move, easy clap, stream donates to change music in the URL. Oh no, dude. I don't know if fucking 3 people can put up with being in close proximity to my stream, like while driving a truck on the highway. I think we might die. Also, I think it may be slightly against Twitch TOS to stream while you're on the road. Like, even if you're not the one driving, I feel like that's, like... I remember something in the guidelines about that. Whoa! Nice waypoints, by the way. Check that shit out. Friendbot now actually correctly handles that case when waypoints completely bug the fuck out and put the player who is last in first. I'm the best. Once everyone's finished, it does a final recalculation using finish times instead of trusting positions. Which I believe is the origin of the, that one really weird, fucked up looking score line where the team scores and the player scores disagree. That picture that went around for a while. Frey says, I'm home, but is it home without you? I miss you already. Please make fuck tons of money at your new job so we can move in. Jay says, I enjoy instead of seeing place within the streamer, you are in Tyrone Place. See, like, I've been going back and forth on, like, if I were to do, like, IRL stream stuff, would it be better for me to do, like, POV, like, GoPro shoulder mount type deal? Or, like, to actually have a fucking selfie stick / tripod mount kind of deal and, like, work with that? Like, do I want to play cinematographer, or do I want to give people the immersive experience and possibly extreme motion sickness? Nice stall, by the way. Haley says, hi, I'm here to join the Summoner Changes Are Worrying Club. I'm surprised to see them making so many changes to Summoner, because I hadn't noticed a lot of discontent among, like, the Summoner player base in general. It does look interesting, though. More about, like, actually fucking, you know, being a summoner. Like, the summons becoming the focus. Which I think is cool. I'm not a big fan of the way they're approaching, like, the way they talked about how they're approaching healer design space. Like, I get that the regen shield dichotomy isn't working, but I'd like to see them really fucking try for lateral healer toolkits, but it would require a changing encounter design. It's kind of tricky. I respect that, like, at this point, changing the way healing is done in 14 fundamentally is probably no longer possible. Hey, you. Don't you do that. Don't you do that. Oh, Twill somehow got in front of me anyway. Okay. That is Twill, right? No, it's Luke. And now it's everyone because I got fucking sniped to death. Not like this. At least hit me across the line, thank you. I am the last fucking hope for Team Two-Handers. That was awful. That was horrible. Haley says, do both? Maybe. That's money, though. Also, for everyone screaming about the road trip cam, I really don't know if that shit is possible, but it might be kind of funny. Oh yeah, I need to fucking... That reminds me, I need to change the... I'll actually note something down here. I wanted to make a small change to the scoring help text. Ibarog suggested it. It makes it a little bit more concise. Phoenix pursues pretty strongly in feature bloat territory, given that it will probably be locked behind summoning Bahamut first. Honestly, I see Bahamut as being outside of the summon loop, and Phoenix as being inside the summon loop, and alignment related to those being potentially pretty interesting. I don't know. There's a lot of shit going down. It's mostly weird to me because they didn't really list Summoner as like a job with major changes on the horizon, so it comes as kind of a surprise that they've decided it now needs to do a different thing. I think standardizing pet actions and placing them in player hotbar is probably a good change overall, though. Although it does leave me wondering what the fucking... Oh. That's pretty good. So I put in an extra handler to immediately fatal if the boss leaves. But I'm reasonably sure that I flipped the teams around so that it works in the wrong way. But I think I'm keeping it. So that's pretty good. Jay says, I'm glad Bard is finally not crit proc based. What did they say they were changing repertoire stacks to? If it's not crit procs. Because I guess they realized, like, okay, so we have to fucking move things around if we don't want Bard to have the same kind of synergetic utility. And we want to move all of that to Dancer to make Dancer's identity strong. There seems to be dot procs. Right, what does dot procs mean? New AoE dot is cool though. It's just my big thing about what they've revealed for Bard so far is that I would like to see more stuff focused on the musical side of things rather than the archer side of things. It almost feels like the songs themselves are sort of an afterthought with regards to most things added post, like, 50. I suppose we'll see, though. As says, is this stream from comp at home base? Oh, dear. Fucking... See, I can stream from my phone, no problem. It's just that, I don't know about the logistics of actually streaming on the road. I think both legality and fucking logistics can get a little messy. Oh, god damn it. Chase says songs have been biggest in Stormblood and it's probably when the class has been the best. No, I don't necessarily mean with regards to power, I mean with regards to aesthetic. I honestly, like, I've never really been the type to care a whole lot. Like, all the jobs are so, like, people complain about balance at top end, but honestly, all the jobs are so clearly capable of doing everything that it's never really bothered me relative power. That was a interesting order to put the words in, but hopefully you get the idea. So, mostly I'm concerned about how good stuff feels to play and, like, the aesthetic resonance it has with its players. Which is why I'm mostly excited for the stuff regarding White Mage. New damage spells that seem to be dropping the fucking rock thrower theme in favor of, like, holy energy bullshit. It's pretty cool. I appreciate that they're adjusting the Lily mechanic. I don't know how I feel about White Mage Foul being our 80 skill, but a GCD instant heal is going to open up so much movement for the class, it's crazy. Just because it was such a pain in the ass to weave and move for mechanics before, that I think the simple change, a simple change that's just like a filler heal that you can use to fucking weave and move with, feels so much better than, like, early reapplying a arrow 2. Alice says, I was having a discussion about the changes to tanks for Shadowbringers, and somebody brought up the possibility of tanks being boring. I don't think this will be the case, but I can see where it's coming from. Honestly, I think anyone who thinks that the, like, aggro management aspects of tanks in the game so far was, like, worth preserving or interesting in any particular way I don't understand where they're coming from. Aggro generation is super boring right now. Just because, like, the most efficient way to do it is put on the perform in a mediocre fashion stance. Like, tank stances working as they do currently is not okay. Tanks should be rewarded for good performance with aggro, not fucking encouraged to gimp themselves in order to satisfy aggro requirements. So by all means, give tanks free enmity generation if it means that, like, the focus shifts from, like, do your enmity combo to hold aggro versus, like, do damage to hold aggro. Fucking make the feedback consistent and stop using fucking tank stance as a trap. That's mostly what I'm about. As long as the new mitigation tools are interesting, like sufficiently interesting to, like, allow for some variance in where and how they're used, I think tanks are going to be just fine. Although I definitely understand, like, I know a lot of people are, like, kind of weirded out by the idea of tanks dealing damage, period. Like, for them to be rewarded, so to speak, with damage while their DPS rotations are so comparatively more forgiving. I can kind of understand the envy, the side-eyeing of, like, the way tank damage is treated in this game, but I honestly think everything's gonna be alright. Like, the long and short of it is that aggro management in this game has never been hard for anyone who knows what the fuck they're doing. So, I think, generally speaking, making aggro management trivially easy for everyone, dumb fucks included, just opens up more tank design space, and I think it's generally going to be healthier for the game. I could be a huge asshole and full of shit, though. Ah, that cut doesn't quite work. It was close, though. Porter asks, are you insulting my job? That depends. Do you play Paladin? If you play Paladin, I'm super insulting your job. Nope, Warrior. Alright, you escaped by this time, but I'm fucking watching you. All Paladins are incels. Send a tweet. Gecko says, give tanks that one old WoW skill that was fucking busted where you do all the damage you were inflicted total in one burst. Man, I doubt that 14 is ever going to seriously experiment with damage reflection outside of, like, Blue Mage. It's gonna be really funny when they actually don't expand Blue Mage at all for, Shadowbringer's Lunch, by the way. I actually kind of expect them to do nothing with it until, like, 5.2. My roommate is offended. CP being gone is pretty funny. Oh, hey. Boss mode again, look at that. Nice. Okay, we're not dead. But yeah, I think... I don't know how I feel about AoE being literally free. I get the feeling there's going to be a little bit of a catch to that. Like, some other shit is gonna be adjusted. But, hey, if it means I can join the Church of Rockbreaker, I'm down for that shit, honestly. H. Hey, there's the target. There we go, that's the spirit. Fucking bump him out of the way. Let's go. Whoa, 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 okay. What the fuck is that all about? Lots of fucking connection weirdness. So yeah, overall, I think I like all the changes that have been revealed so far. I know Freya's excited for the Black Mage and Red Mage changes. fucking we deleted Mechanist and then made a new job named Mechanist is pretty funny. I just want to see more UI refinements, honestly. Like, that's my big focus. Is that I think the more interface customizability and just like more readable everything would be super cool. Like, it is way, way past time that you give us a different color for magical damage inflicted on us and physical damage inflicted on us. Maybe only while you're tanking, sure, whatever. But like, there's gotta be some way to know in-game that isn't just fucking use the cooldown and check. Oh no. Boss mode is broken. As says, the most outraging thing is that Gunbreaker isn't gun. Yeah, the fucking class abbreviation for it is cowardly, but I'll get over it. Frey says, different sounds for targeted by enemy and targeted by ally. God fucking damn it. I honestly don't know if they'll ever do that at this point, considering it seems like such a basic fucking component of the game, and it's been so many years. See, I don't know what they're planning on doing with Bard procs. They've said that the job will mostly feel the same, which to me probably indicates more that they're like, I don't know, I hope they don't make it super consistent. I think responding to random procs is like part of what makes it feel engaging. But like, I'm super ambiguous about the monk changes, mainly because I don't really know what the fuck is going on with that. Rift Lightning 4 is cool for everyone who lives on the fucking same continent as data center. But we still got, like, Riddle of Fire shenanigans. Okay. Alice says, I think the major concern we had, though, was the dichotomy between all the ranged DPS, now that Dancer has been established to be a buffer, and Bard gets some of its utility clipped. Yeah, it's weird to me that they would go as far as, like, removing the global crit buff from Bard's songs, and, like, saying we want all of our focus on, like, utility and synergy to be on Dancer. It leaves Bard, like, god damn it. I don't know why. Or Scrounder? Okay. Anyway, it's weird shit. I think Bard mains should... I like, anybody who's worried, I can totally understand that. I think the removal of slashing and piercing makes a lot of sense. I don't know about, well, the removal of blunt debuff is weird because my understanding is that only Monk has ever had a blunt resistance debuff, and only Monk plus like Book Smacks and Cane Smacks actually deal blunt damage. So I don't really understand, like, mostly my big question is like, what happens to Dragon Kick?
Playtime is over.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah, it's like Dragon Kick was effectively just a personal buff. So whether it gets changed to an actual personal buff or simply gets removed is kind of immaterial to me, but it does leave me wondering what will fill its place, you know? As far as Dancer goes, I feel like Dancer was literally designed to be like flavor of the millennia. Like, I seriously cannot imagine a situation where Dancer population compared to every other DPS doesn't go like 6-1. Like, it's bait. It's literally just bait. Quo says, not a 14 player. Axes aren't blunt. Axes are slashing, I believe. Axes are actually magical damage. Oh my god, why is boss mode going off every race? What the fuck? There's something funny about seeing the massive blue players, though. Alish says, from a static standpoint, it's not going to matter, since we generally play what we want, but in a greater sense, it may backfire in helping alleviate the job discrimination that happens. It makes me kind of sad that they feel like they have to homogenize the overall utility brought to raids by DPS classes because of that false perception that you need like a super optimized, super synergetic comp to clear Savage, which is demonstrably like not fucking true. But if it I don't know. I think all I want is a consistent design philosophy, really. As long as everything is consistent, I think all things come second to that. For me, it would have made a lot of sense to see, like, okay, so we're focusing on Dancer's dance partner stuff, like Sinestro style. So we want Dancer to be able to, like, fucking shovel buffs onto a selfish DPS. Then we can have Bard focus on, like, party-wide fucking utility. And the Mechanist can be selfish and have a mech. And that, as a way of categorizing things, would make a lot of... why would you dump like that? And that, as a way of categorizing things, would make a lot of sense to me. I think the vast majority of people literally just play what they want and don't give a shit. And I feel like the overall difficulty of finding statics as any given job is probably wildly fucking overblown. Like, nobody who's happy with their static is making angry Reddit posts. But... I'm never sure what to think, honestly. MMOs are complicated. There's a lot of different dynamics that goes into fucking designing them, both from a social and from a gameplay standpoint. Finally, we beat a boss. You thought this was a kart stream. It's actually about Final Fantasy. Also, I'm confused. They said on the live letter that they were introducing housing item previews. Don't we already have those? What did they mean by this? I guess maybe they mean, like, being able to preview what housing items look like from market boards or from item links? I guess that would have to be it, but what a weird way of phrasing it. Then again, the translation must be really, really tough for this type of shit. Like, if you're doing live translation, and you have to go through, like, game jargon that may not be one-to-one plus, like, two dissimilar languages. There are a couple situations like that where, like... The translator needed clarification to say that they were referring to, like, Warrior's Deliverance stance, for instance. Jesus, everyone says, so many people are arguing about what their healing changes mean. I think everyone, including me, initially interpreted we want to focus more on a pure healing role as less healer DPS, which I don't think is what's happening, and... honestly, in terms of the larger framework of the game versus, like, what's realistically possible to accomplish and, like, safe, it may not even be, like, possible to change healers so fundamentally like that. What I read by we want to focus on a pure healing role is that the bulk of each healer's kit will be focused on straight-up HP restoration rather than focusing on either powerful regens or powerful shields. That mitigation is going to be generally moved over to tank roles. They emphasize that tanks will be able to use mitigation for their whole group. Which I guess means that Shake isn't going away, god fucking damn it. And instead, healers will be mainly focused on simply healing with gimmicks mostly left to the way in which they fucking use it, plus, like, associated utility, fucking movement patterns, stuff like that. I don't think... I mean, it's abundantly clear that since the fucking White Mage ultimate skill is a damage ability, it really wouldn't make a lot of sense for them to turn around and be like, yeah, but also we don't really like healer DPS and would prefer a fucking encounter design going forward focused on fucking healing checks and whatnot. It's like, they're not going to change encounter design so fundamentally that, like, healing with near 100% uptime is going to be required. They're just, at this point, they're simply not going to do it. Goodbye, server. So yeah, tanks are primarily going to be responsible for mitigation. And in the same way, they're kind of moving enmity responsibility away from DPS, I expect. I can expect to see, like, it wouldn't surprise me if among the new DPS role actions, diversion is notably absent. Simply because tanks are no longer really expected to be fighting with people for aggro. Wow. I get back and it fatals with the 3 people who survived. That's amazing. But yeah, I think you get the idea. Like, they said they're removing, like, Smokescreen and Shadewalker, so clearly they don't really mean for tanks to be fighting on aggro with DPS anymore. They're, like, changing healer rules to focus less on, like, any particular type of mitigation, rebalancing that to tanks. Really, it just seems like this is the fucking tank update. That's my takeaway from this whole thing. Jay says, so what's the visually best looking class in your opinion? That is a tough one. I think in terms of overall, like, cohesion, like, the class that feels, like, most put together as a representation of its fucking archetype, that's probably, like, between, like, Dark Knight, Warrior, and Astro. But in terms of just generally best looking fucking effects, I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm just generally jealous of Astrologian players on that one. Astro shit looks crazy.
Easy.
This is what I mean about Kart, like, all they need to fucking fix is potato joins and resyncs. Why, Motorbug? Why did you do this? Was that a Motorbug? Emerald? Fucking Mighty? Was it Snoop? I think Gunbreaker stuff looks good. Gunbreaker's immunity might be one of the worst skills in the game if it hits live as is. It looks genuinely fucking awful unless there's a portion of the kit that simply hasn't been explained in its entirety yet. It is fucking trash. I'm also kind of generally curious about dancer stuff, like what happens if we stack dancers. I'm imagining like 3 dancers like deliberately desyncing their buffs and then feeding them all to a samurai at the same time during the double Midare window. By the way, double Midare samurai feels like a fucking cop-out, honestly, but it's so funny that I kind of want to give it a pass for that. Oh, okay. This is a weird sequence now. Yeah, this is the real question. How fun is Gunbreaker and Tamtara? Oh, no. It's funny because, like, I don't think I know a single person who isn't interested in playing, like, both of these jobs. But I expect interest in Gunbreaker to fall off very quickly after people realize that tanking is a bunch of very visible responsibility. And it also requires you to, like, be somewhat familiar with the layouts of the dungeons that you're running to level it. And I expect a lot of people to jump away from Gunbreaker just because of that. Dancer, on the other hand, oh my goodness. SSP on sale, still the easiest to roll. Honestly, tank privilege is real, but I think overall, like, difficulty, like, room for error, definitely doesn't equate to, like, overall level of stress, like, slash the visibility of your failures. Like, you fuck up as a DPS and nobody will even give it, like, a passing thought. That's just, like, expected behavior for all fucking paint-eating damage dealers. But today I went into Trials Roulette as Dark Knight, got Suyu Normal, forgot that fucking Torment into Death was the first ability in Suyu Normal, and immediately didn't mitigate it in any way and died with Tank Stance off. Because I'm the best. And the shame that I felt was so powerful. Like, I actually got one shot 100 to 0 within, like, 15 seconds of pulling. And the shame that I felt was so strong, I considered just, like, not accepting the raise and walking away. That shit was incredible. Aura says, Dancer more like cancer. Chris says, wait, does Fatal happen during blowouts only when it detects the other team can't win? Because I'm still very confused about that last Fatal being in a 3-2 score with 3 people with the orange blue feels like a bug. I'm unsure about what that was. It might have been that team score was detected incorrectly as part of fucking, like, or team size was detected incorrectly as part of, like, the massive resync fuckery. I'm not going to worry about it too much unless it happens in a game that's, like, proceeding normally. But it is in the back of my head. I don't see Fatals, like, go off at random unless fucking spectator script fuckery is about. Which is still a horrible hack, and I really think Kart Crew should just disable the fucking ability to spectate during races. Because it's not helpful. Jason, also gotta ask, are you extremely high in the benchmark? Yep. 1080p maximum plus all settings maximum except for anti-aliasing turned off because I don't like it. I got like 10k score at 1080p. My CPU is pretty much my bottleneck at this point. I do want to build a Ryzen system at some point for streaming, but I don't see myself having any problems running Shadowbringers, even though, like, for anybody who's done the benchmark already, that weird spinny sword slash in, like, the beginning scene, the super slow one, I think that kills everyone's frames. Is it just me? Oh dear, I was thinking too hard about how to dump these items and, like, fucking that into an oil slick. Not from the enemies, it's like you have your fucking player character doing that cool sword spin, and all the particles, like, dropped me to my minimum frame rate at that section. I haven't seen anybody in Hivox Dimension who hasn't complained about, like, that particular fucking singular cut. Like, it was exactly one cut of that sequence tanking their frame rate. Alish says, I feel like the burden to heal up a Gunbreaker from 1 HP is not as bad as, like, failing to heal up after living dead. I guess that's true, considering, like, Gunbreaker also has access to a regen. Just, like, as a thing that they can do. But for it to be a 7-minute cooldown with an 8-second duration that you also, like, it automatically drops you? Like, I'm fine with the ability functioning mechanically as it is, given, like, Gunbreaker's surrounding kit, at least what we know of it. But 7 minutes is insane. It's patently ridiculous. It just makes it objectively worse than the other tank immunities as far as I'm concerned.
That was pathetic.
You're gonna lose, like, an entire use of it in every fight. I gotta step it up. I'm fucking dead weight for my team sometimes. Oh, hey, Steel's post-race scoring actually changed. Interesting. Let me clip that so I can go back to it later and confirm that it was correct. That's like the fucking handler where after everybody finishes, it does one last check and puts people into the correct position based on their finish time. Fucking Dark Knight mirror image is crazy. I don't know what the hell that's all about, honestly, other than, like, because it seems clear that it duplicates weapon skills, but it also seems to have a mind of its own when using cooldowns. I'm not really sure what's going on. Like, it was clearly using some stuff out of sequence, but then it was copying, like, GCD weapon skill stuff. I'm wondering if you, like, have to align Living Shadow with, like, having 100 blood to get fucking, like, 2 spillers multiplied by 2 to do full damage? We just don't know. We don't know shit about fuck. Rest in peace, someone. Alex says, we were thinking it goes through a set sequence. Also possible. I should probably have some sort of handler in place to make sure that it can't print that message multiple times on the same frame. It's also strange that 3 people timed out on, like, exactly the same fucking moment. I wonder what that's all about. Whoa, okay. That's a bunch of shit. It's like the only thing that's preventing me from playing Kart all the goddamn time is just the netcode. Like, this happening every couple of races is so crazy. Ah! And I'll deploy to see if I can block a fucking orange player here. Oh, god damn it. I'm trying to take everything too close. I gotta fucking stop picking this joke Sakura character. Gonna try to get rid of this. Oh no, I accidentally sniped you with great precision. Oh wow, what a swing. It's very satisfying to, like, hit a member of the enemy team and then just watch your score tick up over the next couple of seconds. Easy. Wow, this is pretty close, actually. Ow. Charged actions have me thinking about a lot of stuff. I don't know, like, shoulder tackle being charged is great. Like, the idea that for, like, stuff that repositions you, you can, like, hold it very slightly to, like, reposition for mechanics or to, like, avoid disjointing with the boss and not lose potency. That's cool. But then they immediately show Red Mage and show it, like, having no charges on anything. So I don't really know what to think. Cool music, by the way. I hate that I don't have better control of music from Lua. And what else did they go over? UI changes are good. I don't know if the fucking arrow on party list for damaged party members is strictly necessary. I feel like just fucking fudging the bars a little bit to make sure that there's always like 1 pixel visible if they're not on full HP would have been slightly more elegant as a solution. Let's pick Azusa. I'm like cautiously excited. I think the tank changes are absolutely in the right place, and this can go fuck itself. Absolutely not. I would rather die. Like, so it's curious about how tank changes and general changes are going to affect Feast, namely Defiance versus Deliverance. Yeah, it's... I guess for Warrior, it's probably more relevant than, like, literally any other tank. I imagine they're probably going to just, like, de-button bloat it. Like, the philosophy behind removing DPS stance is basically to set things up in a way so that tanks are rewarded for doing the correct things and contributing to damage, and not, like, given a trap option that gives them weird feedback and actually holds them back in the long run. So, if we follow that logic, it makes sense for them to remove DPS stance in PvP as well. But for Warrior in particular, It is a little weird. Shay says, the question is how much they care about Feast balance. I mean, clearly more than fucking PvE balance, because Feast gets changes every fucking patch that are actually substantial. Meanwhile, PvE is like, yeah, no, it's okay for Scholar to be an objectively better healer than White Mage for the entire expansion. That's fine. I don't like this meme where people say that Feast is fucking low prio, tacked on garbage, because it's clear that the developers actually care a lot about Feast, or at least the team assigned to it does. And more than that, Feast is actually fucking fun, and more people need to try it instead of assuming that all PvP is a fucking joyless clusterfuck like Frontlines. Also, holy shit, Tyonic saved our lives. That's absolutely fucked. They haven't announced anything regarding PvP changes yet, but a recent interview did confirm that they are planning on adding knockback resistance to PvP. Probably because getting chain pulled behind walls is a huge pain in the ass, and getting your cast bar repeatedly stuttered is a huge pain in the ass. I'm like, oh, I can purify the home gang. Doesn't matter, you're already behind the fucking wall. And now that you've purified the home gang, I'm just gonna fucking low blow you. Don't go near walls ever when Warrior is in the game. Shit is crazy. SSB says, I know friends say Dark Knight is insanely fun in PvP. Dark Knight has access to an incredible CC sequence in the form of, like, Unmend, which is a 10 Yalm draw-in PvP. Fucking Low Blow and Spiller. Spiller is a 2-second silence in PvP. So, like, as part of that sequence, they're really easily able to, like, either pressure healers or burst targets, and, like, you blow somebody's Purify and then you still have, like, 2 things left. It's super funny. Crisis. Turns out I like PvP Red Mage. I'm glad you enjoyed Feast, even if it seemed to be a little bit stressful for you. I think, I don't know, I avoided PvP, like getting seriously into PvP for a while because it seemed like I could never get Feast queues at the time where I was playing, plus Frontlines being a fucking mess. But it seems like the overall health of PvP has improved tremendously since the last time I was super interested in it, and I'm looking forward to giving it a lot of my time in the future. You can expect to see fucking PvP streams featuring, like, legitimately fucked up awful healing sometime in the pretty near future. It is, like, very difficult to get games in North America outside of a pretty specific window, though. But it's very cool that, like, I never knew that after World Visit, like, the Wolves Den had become... Oh, god damn it. Not the extended spin. I never knew that after World Visit, the Wolves Den had become effectively another major city hub. It's cool to see the PvP community just fucking around and hanging out on Cactuar Wolves Den. Get thrashed by a 4-man pre-made team and then, like, see them talking shit in the lobby. It says, PvP bar is a bit mediocre, or I guess the matches I played were just a fucking mess, solo queue is garbage. Yeah, I'll go with you sometime. Like, we can swap out slots in the PvP team pretty much at will, so... Or, like, we'll do practice match or something. I think Bard is pretty good in PvP, like, they've got great harass in the form of those dots, plus, like, fucking Blunt Arrow being a hit scan silence on the healer whenever you want is mad funny. Feast is... I think the big thing with Feast is that even despite all of the changes, it's still kind of difficult to wrap your head around it. And it is kind of unique in that it's the only content in the entire game that will actually just beat the fuck out of you and you might never win. Like, nobody cares if you have a good experience your first time in Feast. You can just lose horribly, go like 0-7, die in 45 seconds, nobody knows what the hell's going on. Your healer is locked behind a wall because they don't understand what the fuck to do. Your melee isn't doing callouts and is diving the Dark Knight 1v3 behind a wall. Like, I guess it's inherent to, like, player versus player stuff, but it really does feel like Feast is the only situation where the game really takes the gloves off and says you are on your fucking own. And at the same time, everyone's also learning a fucking, refocused version of their job specific to Feast. Some people don't even know that if you don't take Purify as a healer, you're fucking dead. I guess. You ever tried tag? I assume you mean Blaze Blue Cross tag battle? No. It doesn't look like my kind of thing, and the inevitable fate of all anime games on PC is that they are Discord games, so it, like, takes a strong initial attraction for me to even fucking bother to purchase and play that shit. It is kind of a fun game to watch, though. It's fucking ape shit in the good way. It is a joy to fucking watch. Alish says, oh, Bard is also entirely capable of bursting you down as well. Oh, absolutely. Like, Bard's burst window is mad funny. And even if you, like, can't execute the burst window for whatever reason, you can hit, like, random buttons approximating to the burst window and get, like, 80% of the way there. Like, just use Barrage, my man. Just use your songs, my man. But yeah, unranked Feasts, there's wild variance in skill, because at unranked, you can get, like, silvers and up, which means they have, like, some degree of experience with the game. You can get, like, fucking PvP veterans who are making alts. All kinds of shit can go wrong. I think it's really fun. I'd encourage more people to give it a little bit of time. But, like, if you don't feel that inclination naturally, like, don't fucking force yourself, obviously. It's okay for the game to be PvE, and God knows it's the more, like, generally supported content. But this meme where, like, oh, well, PvP simply isn't fun, and everyone fucking repeats this as if it's self-evident. I'm like, nah, dude, PvP's hella fun. Losing is what's not fun. God damn, I am not doing well tonight. Taika says, I don't have it on PC, but Ranked is alive again on PS4. Cool, now just buy me a PS4 and a copy of Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. Hey. Don't do that, because purchasing consoles is unethical and harms video games as a whole. Yes, this is an unironic belief. It says, PvP was fun, having all your skills bound to those nice convenience-changing abilities. I'm honestly a little disappointed they didn't go for one-button combos in PvE as part of the Shadowbringers changes. I get, like, the initial backlash that it's super casualizing or whatever, fucking... They're dumbing down the game for the ERPers. That's the discourse I always see. But, like, real talk, doing your combo in order isn't hard. If you have half a brain. Like, if you even have, like, a quarter of a brain. So, like, why would you object to people who don't have any brains at all being able to do that, when it really doesn't make the experience different for you in any way? Like, you'll still hit that combo in the same way, whether it's 1-1-1 or 1-2-3. It's not like they're fucking removing an avenue for which you can creatively express yourself through combat. It's 1-2-3. It's not that fucking deep. Anyway, on that note, right? Also, what is on your fucking mind when people complain about, like, oh, they're dumbing the game down, they're pandering to the casuals, and then, like, these same players a week later are complaining that people are permitted to be bad in their instances. Like, do you want the game to protect you from shitters or not? Make a decision, please. You have to be consistent. So yeah, one-button combos. God damn it, this turn every time, dude. One-button combos would do a lot to reduce button bloat. Although I can totally understand how it might be a little bit weird in terms of, like, commands. Just, like, the button, like, actually just physically not being there for you to, like, mouse over on your bars. Unless you're at that stage of the combo. Yeah, it says, shoutouts to that scholar who was still using the I-60 Ifrit book. Shoutouts to that fucking white mage who was using, like, the Grand Company Conjurer wand. That's like my core fucking philosophy whenever I see people complaining about, oh, they're fucking dumbing down the game to appeal to casuals. It's like 95% of the time, the shit that they're removing didn't matter to you until everybody else got the fucking ability to do it. It doesn't change how the game is played. It just changes the number of people who have access to that. Porter doing his best. Chase says they've got GC loyalty. What do you have? Oh, hey, who's getting banned today? Okay, that was an actual stop. That wasn't like a fucking... That looked for all the world like a fucking, I'm waiting to reverse over the finish line deal, which I'm so fucking done with, honestly. Dead. What the fuck was I saying? They've got GC loyalty. What do you have? I have a 10% win rate in Frontlines because I'm on the Immortal Flames. Flames are bad at PvP is not a meme, by the way. But Frontlines is legitimately terrible content to begin with. It is PvP designed for people who don't actually want to play PvP. Fucking Rifle Wings is better. Hell, Rifle Wings looks kind of cool. Ooh. Frontlines is no fucking fun at all, and I only intend to do it for the Garo stuff. Haley fucking knows. We were playing Frontlines for like a couple nights in a row and like having a kind of okay time. And then we all decided to fucking form a PvP team and play Feast, and we had a fucking blast for like a week straight. Fucking RNG objective placement or shit. I'm very afraid to dump this Orbinaut. I'm gonna do it now. Haley says, can we at least get Feast call-out buttons in Frontlines? I mean, you have access to party chat, so you can, like, make macros for that shit. You can, like, use the party sound effects, etc., etc. But yeah, the lack of focus target sucks. Though, coordinating group burst is, like, not actually possible. So honestly, the 1 marker is just fine for that. Like, just mark people in order, and they'll usually go down. It's just that in my experience, I feel like you get entire groups trying to run through the back line to deal with healers. Like, the longer I play Frontlines, the more I realize that, especially in 24-man, you can just pick a person and they can just die. Like, nobody is healing through, like, the dedicated effort of, like, 14 DPS. I almost forget sometimes that you can activate this in midair. Can I get to the ramp in time? Totally not. But I got a shoe! And what would I even change about Feast at this point? Certainly not the reward structure. I think it's fucking backwards that people complain about PvP exclusive items when 99.99% of the items in the game are PvE exclusive. See how I turned that one on its fucking head? It's because I'm a logic genius. So I think the reward structure is fine, although maybe give people, like, little consolation rewards for placement in each season, so it doesn't feel like all you've got going for you is the wolf collars. Like, just participating in the season every time should be a baseline. You should get something for that that isn't like a single wolf collar, so that maybe you can get the weapon in 2 years or whatever. But in terms of actual gameplay, besides like pull resistant stuff and maybe like, I don't know, it would be cool to have a dedicated log element that shows like the usage of additional actions and major cooldowns. I think that alone would help streamline a lot of decision making while not really affecting things at higher levels. Like making that information front and center visible to every team so that they're encouraged to make decisions using that information. Debate me, debate me. If you don't debate me, then I win, because you're afraid. So yeah, I think friend mod works, which is cool. I'm generally pleased with it. For a project that started out as like, yet another, I don't think devs are going to do this, so I'll try to do it myself type deal. I'm kind of pleased at how native it ended up feeling. Not a lot of people have questioned this mode's existence. That skybox to the fucking wall. Sick occlusion OpenGL renderer. Oh, I'm sorry. Regulus asks, will changing local colors be reflected on the HUD? Unfortunately, not at the moment, and that's because translating fucking colors to... translating skin colors to text colors is not a natively supported process. It's done via a gigantic fucking switch case in hardcode, and nothing like it is exposed to Lua. So doing that shit is ugly, and introduces a lot of weird additional complexity. Skins change color and arrows change color. Furthermore, your allied team is always displayed on the left, and I think those three things should be enough to make it generally accessible for like the primary purpose that I designed the color override, which was color vision deficiencies. I respect that people just want to change the colors because they think it looks cooler than blue and orange. So, like, making the HUD work is on the roadmap, I guess, but it's not, like, a huge priority for me. Just because the relative complexity involved to, like, the amount of purpose it actually has. That ratio is a little weird. I wonder if people think it's fucking weird they look at my camera. My eyes are always like a quarter open. Like, I don't know shit about my fucking ptosis in the Twitch panels or whatever. So I wonder how many people think that I just like have been getting terrible sleep recently. Is this a 24-hour stream? Alright, I have to defeat everyone. I must defeat anime. It didn't work. Holy shit, we fucking died. Sigmod says blue and orange for maximum color blind friendliness. Yeah, that was the idea. Did a little bit of reading on the subject. took a look at, like, common colorblind friendliness in a lot of games that I play. Accessible by default was pretty important to me, which is why there's no, like, obvious UI, why there's no, like, random team colors by default, stuff like that. Haley says, oh wait, AJ, do your eyes dry out often because of your shit? I never considered that. Yeah, it's pretty frequent. Also, rolling over onto my face and having my open eyes pressed directly into a corduroy pillow for 8 hours while I sleep is pretty funny. That's a fun way to wake up. But mostly, yeah, it's fucking... lubrication is weirdness. I fuck up on a lot of vision tests and it's hard to gauge my actual vision acuity because when my pupils are dilated, I fucking... everything goes to shit, like the drops they're using to fucking dry me out. It's like, I actually can't see shit, so nobody really knows how bad my vision actually is. Presumably it's not bad enough to require corrective lenses, but I'd still like to get LASIK at some point. Does it leave patterns on your eyes? I don't understand that question. So Regulus asks, will random team color ever be a setting? Potentially client side, but like... the reason I resist a lot of, like, local options that seem, like, obvious to people, or seem like they would be fairly low implementation cost, is because making... god damn it, they just fucking slammed on my back. Making absolutely sure that nothing that's being used as a local preference applies to shared state is really tricky. And if I, like, screw that up, it causes sync bugs. And sync bugs are an enormous pain to diagnose, in addition to being, like, completely fucking irreproducible on my local setups. And incredibly disruptive to any net games that I run. So, I generally try to keep this shit relatively straightforward. But yeah, random team color like Splatoon is something I have considered. It would always be off by default, but I'm not opposed to adding it as like an opt-in. The reason it would always be off by default is because I don't accept it's accessible as long as you find the hidden setting. I don't find that acceptable. I'm very sorry. I may have killed us. Actually, my performance doesn't really matter in this situation. He says, does that... you know when you fall asleep with your head on the arm and it's pushed in something with the ridges and the corduroy presses into a vehicle barcode in your arm? Does that happen to your open eyes? No. Can't say it does. I do wake up extremely cranky with red and watery eyes, though. That's very bad. So yeah, LASIK at some point for me. Really fucking desirable. I've heard nothing but good things about it, really. Like, the surgery that I've got for it, which is why I make so many fucking weird facial expressions on stream, basically took a muscle graft and it's got my eyebrows basically hooked up to my eyelids. So that I open and close like this, which is like, haha, manual blinking. Which is really the best you can do for this type of thing. And it's apparently tough enough to actually do the surgery that I've had to have it done 3 times. Third time we drove up to have it handled by a specialist after the second time went horribly wrong because our doctor was fucking on some kind of psychoactive drugs. Shit is mad funny. I lost eyelashes permanently for that. You guys can't see it on stream, obviously, because this is 900p, 8,000 kilobits per second, and my camera's in a tiny little corner of the screen, and I'm not directly fucking face pressed up against it. But I definitely, like, half the eyelashes on one of my eyes just gone, because that guy fucked up so badly. It's amazing. It doesn't even make sense either. It's like, how did you do that? Goodbye. Hey, I actually can get Rambo there. Everybody's giving me the fucking worried emotes. Wait until I tell you that they literally, like, stitched my eyelids shut for 2 days after the final surgery. Like Coraline style. So I just couldn't open my eyes because there were stitches in them for 2 days. And I was like doped up on pain meds and could see absolutely zero light. Just existed in this horrible nightmare realm of like the Sex and the City movie somehow coming on the hotel TV like 6 times. And like, that's my sensory input. Oh yeah, also I had a hair in my eye the entire time. So there's that. These little things, you know? And then the guy that I went to see, who was a specialist for this procedure, I go to get my shit removed. I'm like leaning on my dad and like wandering blind into the office. And this guy proceeds to sit me down and rip all of the stitches out of my eyelids with like Hulk hands force while calling me a bitch for like flinching. But hey, the guy did a good job. It stuck. It stuck for like 8 years now, which is considerably longer than either of the other surgeries. I think I look relatively normal the majority of the time, besides looking a little bit tired. Like, this is my resting position right here, which is obviously kind of abnormal, but it still allows for a little bit of articulation. I don't talk about this often. I'm glad I get to fucking freak people out. But yeah, that combined with the camera angle is why I sometimes look like I've literally got my fucking eyes closed on stream. Also, because the resting position of my eyes is open, I sleep with my eyes open, which is mad funny. It says, I think freak people out is an understatement. Is it now? I don't know, people are like getting legit traumatized or like super uncomfortable with this. They take it out of the rotation, but like, I don't know. I like sharing. Fucked up doctor stories are amazing to me. I'm not comfortable with those Mario noises. Pajante says, do I tell my dentist story? Oh, fuck no. Dentists are off limits. That's fucked. No, absolutely not. Sleep Mode asks, do you wear like an eye mask or something? Is there anything that can alleviate any issues that would arise from sleeping with your eyes open other than eye drops and shit? Like, eye drops help to an extent, but I stopped using them a while back because it's just a pain in the ass and only helps to a certain extent. Like, if you fucking fall asleep face down, it's like you're dead anyway. So mostly I just don't sleep in that position. Most masks would not help because then I'd just be getting a face full of mask instead of face full of sheets or whatever. And it really, like, the way I sleep means it happens relatively rarely, so it's not something that, like, impacts my life or my sleep patterns in a way that bothers me a whole lot. I should be way more concerned about, like, the fact that I stay up until 4 in the morning at, like, the slightest provocation working on projects that don't matter. Like, that's way more damaging to my sleep overall. Ah, stop it. Fucking damn it. Now I am a useless piece of shit. God damn it. Hey, at least I didn't zero. God, what an ending sequence. That was terrible. See, maybe I could get, like, I don't know. Do they sell sleep masks that are also, like, fucking projected like goggles? Because then, like, if you do that, if there's something physically separating, like, your eyes from the material of the mask, then you get to, like, the point where, like, you roll over onto your stomach or something, and you get, like, the pressure and the outline of the mask, so that'll, like, immediately wake me up, probably. Or at the very least, face full of fuck. Plus, I do get a little paranoid about, like, pressure in this general area. I've still got a little scarring up here, and, like, I don't want to screw with the grafts too much. That's paranoia mostly. They are set for life. I should never need this surgery again, but that area is still like there's a little scarring, so now you know why I fucking wear bangs. Chris says, holy shit, Age of the fucking Mario Kart phone game looks hilarious. I just saw quintuple blue shells. Oh, Jesus Christ. I have never wanted to fuck with anything less than I wanted to fuck with the Mario Kart gacha game. Jesus H. Christ, I don't even know who thought that was a good idea. Regulus says, that's actually infinite blue shells. What do you mean, infinite blue shells? That's very uncomfortable, and I don't like it. And I wish you would stop. So I gotta catch Runa here, which is impossible. Ah, god damn it. If you get triple of an item, you get infinite a short time. Ah, interesting. Shanti asks, is this ship's challenge but with less bummer? Pretty much. This is, like, same mapper. The idea was to, like, instead of Chip's challenge specifically, it was gonna be something that, like, celebrated, like, early Windows, which is why it's called Route 3.1. Fucking connect the dots on that shit. I think it's a pretty cool course. It definitely, like, started out a little rough around the edges, but readability has been improved a lot on almost every turn, which helps it considerably. Runa is fucking gone. I completely did just nothing. Hopefully that trap sequence will, like, get an orange player. It's a slim lead. I don't know if this is 100% safe. Yeah, this is like, yep. It could be bad, I don't know. Check out this scoring, by the way. This kind of shit is why I can't trust waypoint data. Look at this. I wonder if I should lock in a player's score as they cross. If that would help with the appearance of that. That would require me to kind of redo how I store scores attached to players, though. I think the way it is probably alright. I think I actually kind of like it as is. Like, exposing how bad position logic is in this game is kind of cute. Alright, someone is freezing us. Did we 860? Oh man, we sure did. Alright. Restarting coming. Pog champion, dude. So I'm getting used to the new dynamic mic. I think this mic is actually working pretty well for me. I'm generally pleased with it, and I honestly feel kind of silly for getting a condenser before, but just the fucking hyper-directional nature of the thing is working out for me. I feel like roommate noise is a little bit less pronounced, kitchen noise a little bit less pronounced, fan noise a little bit less pronounced. So Regulus says, locking in scores might help if it already knows the guy's placement when they cross. I mean, you can do that simply by checking, like, how many people they are ahead of. And I think that works, relatively speaking. Oh yeah, hold on, I have to fucking... Let me spectate. Oh god, hopefully I don't kill the game. FR Team Chance 100. Because tonight is about friend mod. See, maybe I'll look into locking in scores eventually, but for now I think I'm good to leave it as is. Let's spectate someone. Let's spectate who's winning. Let's spectate Thionic. PvP Discord complaining about PvP. Cooldowns online talking about fucking Gunbreaker. So now that Frey's gone, I actually don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, I'm in kind of a weird place right now, where, like, I feel like I'm in stasis until the move. Like, I'm waiting on that. And then a lot of things become different very quickly. So I think, like, until that happens, I feel kind of weird, you know? So Regulus says, so released soon? Probably. Aura asks, how soon is the move? Probably in the next, like, 6 or so weeks. So not like right away, but relatively close. Sleep Mode asks, are you moving in with Frey? Not yet, unfortunately. This is gonna be the current situation. All 4 of us are headed off to, hopefully, Kansas City, Missouri, where cost of living is low and internet speeds are high thanks to Google Fiber. This stream not sponsored by Google Fiber. They never returned my emails. Chris says, you think that a dynamic mic would be fine for recording things? I've always been concerned with getting a good mic because I wanted to use it for not only YouTube, but eventually music. So, I think a setup with this microphone, the Behringer fucking XM8500, plus like a 1-port XLR interface, it would probably run you a little under 100. And I am significantly happier with the quality on this than, say, like the Yeti, which is similarly priced, or like a lot of other shit. The previous setup I was using was like a Scarlett Solo and an AT2020, which in total is like 200 and a little more. I don't know, around 200. It's in that area. And while I do like the warmth of the 2020, condenser microphones, the rule that I'm now developing for myself is that they only sound better than dynamics if you're like actually in a treated room. If you are in the average fucking live stream recording environment, or if you're like sharing space with other people, getting something that you can just fucking eat the goddamn microphone, you piece of shit, and it's okay, and like by virtue of doing that, it allows you to fucking turn down the gain and get a little bit less background noise. That to me has been significantly more valuable than the tone of the 2020. And I'm gonna wager a lot of you guys may not have even noticed that I switched mics if I hadn't, like, made a week-long deal out of testing it. Oh, you moved that pad, I guess. Interesting. That says, glad you're gonna get your own space too, fam. Yeah, no kidding. It's one of the things about moving to a place with a lower cost of living. We're hopefully doing rental homes, which means that we don't have to fucking share the space with, like, neighbors in a unit or whatnot, which is a godsend for, like, say, if I suddenly decide to take up DDR. Don't have to worry about that shit getting us evicted. Heh. But also, the lower overall cost of living compared to Galway means that likely we'll be able to get a 4-bedroom place. Currently, we're in about 900 square feet for 4 dudes. It is not good. It is actually super bad. So, you know. Trash Den says, God damn, I don't know anything about mics. I just bought one. I've been using out of the box. And honestly, if you're like, if this isn't your thing, That's totally fine. Like, it's totally okay to just get a USB microphone and fuck around with it. I feel like XLR setups are for, like, enthusiasts and professionals. And for everybody else, it's kind of like, get a snowball or a mod mic, and you're, like, basically done. Sleep Mud says, take up DRS when the sim comes out. I honestly should, even if I'm the most graceless creature on the planet. And if I'm running man incorrectly, I probably crack my skull on the fucking edge of the pad and die. But yeah, getting back to round 1 recently while Frey was here made me fucking remember that I actually love the hell out of DDR, and I wish I was in a little bit better shape so I could literally push myself on it. But even just like casually, even on slow stuff, it's just a fun game. You just get to move around and fucking hit the arrows. It's like even at low intensity, it's a fucking relaxing and enjoyable experience. Shanti says, just play DDR until you're in better shape, then go ham. That's the plan, honestly. That's what I'd like to do. In the new place, I'd like to get a hard pad. They are a bit of an investment, which I can justify to myself by saying that it's for like fitness, and also that I'll very frequently stream using it. Oh no, I'm very... Come on. Come on, man! Really? This is like excessive now. See, I'd love to document my fucking DDR progress, but I'd like to play on a decent pad, and hard pads are expensive. And that's basically the long and short of it. I would love to fucking drop some weight and get some strength back. I've been spending a lot of time with not a lot of physical activity because fucking exercise is hard when you are very fragile and with a lot of fucking injuries, so I've got a lot to like rehabilitate on, I guess. Shanti says, just get one of those old PS2 mats. I guess I could. Like, I could do some ghetto shit, like you fucking tape a PS2 soft pad to like a piece of particle board, and it quote-unquote works, but like I won't play like that, or at least not as often as I would if I had like something that I could genuinely enjoy using. And that's my thing. Hopefully that makes sense. I try not to be the type of person who just fucking buys shit for no reason. But it's something I'd like to look into at some point. Sorry, says, get the DDR pad controller for GameCube. You know, I think I have a GameCube dance mat somewhere in here. Want to see some fucking DDR fucking Mickey Mouse shit? There's like there's Dance Dance Revolution Mario mix, and then there's some fucking Disney shit as well. The other thing, and this is a little personal, but because of the fucking wrist situation, and because I'm afraid to like seriously push myself on rhythm games that involve the use of my hands extensively, I've got all this fucking restless energy where it's like I want to push scores, I want to fucking push clears, I want to go ape shit, I want to fucking throw things, and DDR seems like a nice way of resolving things, where instead of beating the shit out of my body to get better, I can actually improve my body to get better. Can you believe it? Ooh, this is tough. Okay, I think I'm out of the woods in this one. That was wildly off target, and now I'm entirely defenseless. Yep. Goodbye, Serval. That wasn't even my fault. Oh, now you're super dead, too. I'm very sorry. Hey, I can actually get Rainbow on that somewhat consistently. Alright, so, I'm the farthest along blue player here. Hopefully I can shake things up a little bit in the pack and let my teammates pass. And I mash out a single Orbinaut. What are the guys in front of me holding? Mines. Okay. Got one. Hopefully that should pick us up a couple points. Gonna stagger this pretty heavily. Make sure that both of them can't be blocked. Alright, good. It looks like we're definitely falling further behind, though. Oh, dear. Somebody's gonna have to deal with that. Alright. Look for Waifu's creeping up. We're making progress. Man, that particular launch is so silly. There's so few players back there, too. Ah, shit, the extended spin. Why me? Why this? Alright. Let's fucking get out of here. Mode says, holy shit, okay, so I've mentioned that there's a group of people making a DRS sim, right? The absolute mad lads are actually working on a prototype physical controller for the DRS sim. I wonder what's actually in the arcade-style controller. Like, what kind of fucking sensing is at work there? Makes me wonder. Like, how granular is it really? Chris says, as far as exercise goes, definitely start picking up yoga at minimum. I really should. But the other thing for me is that, like, it's so fucking... I feel like my life, there's so much shit going on for me that it's hard to pull myself away. That's a personal failing. Gotta take some time for personal upkeep, but it's easy to just get super absorbed in projects and miss the bigger picture. If I ever try to give, like, self-help advice and shit, never ever fucking listen to me. It's... I don't know what the fuck I've got going on these days. Mode says the ACS pad is all infrared cameras. Huh? It detects where your feet are by identifying which cameras are being blocked. So, like, distance sensor business, or... Ooh, what the f... That's crazy. Honestly, I'm waiting for the Museka controller. Museka at higher levels is so fucking hard, though. Like, I didn't realize until my most recent arcade visit just how fucking hard Museka actually is once you, like, start trying to break into, like, 16s. It's crazy. I don't even know where to begin on some of those charts. The fucking mental mix-up between spin and tap is so strong. I'm gonna dump this so that nobody on my team has to worry about it. Ah, nearly invisible bananas. That's another thing that I wonder if it could be improved. Overall, visibility on items in, like, color-filtered sections, like underwater, is really poor. And, like, while I like the aspect of strategy that makes it difficult there, part of me also really wants it to just be easier to see items at all times. so that it feels less like, did you egg box yourself? Okay, I got very scared there. I think one of the methods they're looking into is just using a connect, because since the game doesn't actually track vertical movement over only horizontal. Wait, so if it doesn't track vertical movement, what is the fucking up and down shit? Is that like a weight distribution thing? Is it guessing on that? Oh, okay, none of that. Chris says, it's totally understandable, man, to pick up weightlifting during that semester without realizing how hard it would be to balance it. 6 classes, my job, working on public transport / Uber hell, and a new social life, and waking up having any of my old friends at this university. It was a total fucking mess. Yeah, dude, it's... I have a lot... Oh no, I'm very sorry. I have a lot of sympathy for, like, the no transportation situation as well. Since I don't drive, both as a practical matter and as, like, I'm horribly fucking scared of dying in a car crash kind of matter. Car's just some scary shit, man. Good noise. That's very good. Me too. It's like, how do I participate in my local fighting game scene if I can't fucking drive? And Ubers are hell. It's bad. But one of the cool things about fucking this move upcoming is that the entire reason the move is happening is because my roommate Ethan, twitch.tv/jiggly_tough, TOUGH. I host him sometimes. That guy is getting out of the military, which is why we're moving. Which means a bunch of shit opens up for everyone. Chris says, honestly, if you really stream mod before the move, just get a yoga mat and read up on it during the move road trip. That seems like the best time to start. Yeah, you might be right. At the very least, I need to fucking just, like, start goddamn walking more often. Like, I always feel better after a walk, too. It's hard to shake the brain out of project management mode. Be like, hey, you like this and it's good for you. Go do it, you fuck. Because the other thing is that I want to fucking buy a DDR hard pad and then discover that it's just shitty willpower stopping me from actually doing things. Even as alien as it sounds to be like, well, how the fuck would I not enjoy video games? Oh, I thought I was fucking clear at that. Thought I could have plenty of time to stay around. The signposts in this map are so good. Man, the late night streams, like the super late night streams, those get weird. I mean, not in that way specifically, but yeah, I guess. This fucking last half pipe, I like assassinated half my team. I probably single-handedly caused us to lose. Because you just can't steer around anyone. You just fucking kill everyone. I should have held the grow. We probably would have done better. But yeah, a lot of weird shit going on right now. Maybe it doesn't immediately strike everyone as like a soul-searching fucking reevaluation of self move to be like playing Street Fighter V in my off time, but I mean, it is at the very least everyone has to agree profoundly out of character. Street Fighter 5 is kind of cool too, even if I can't actually play anybody but Ryu because they fucked with everybody else too much. I'm like, hey, Akuma looks kind of cool. Raging Demon, fucking... What is it? Demon Flip is a fucking half circle forward now. Oh, okay, guess I can't play the character. Oh, shit. This guy immediately in fatal position. This is a little scary. Okay. Regulus asks, wins Tyrone versus Abek Street Fighter 5 Money Match Turbo Deluxe Rainbow Edition. You know, Abek would just probably wipe the floor with me just based on fucking fundamentals and conditioning. But that might be fun. Maybe I should hit him up for games sometime. Maybe we could fucking do a lobby. I feel like way too many people in Hitbox Dimension actually own Street Fighter 5, but just don't play it because it secretly turned out to be shit for like the first 3 seasons. I am driving like trash today. But apparently Big Man is now super dead. And now has to fight the fucking gauntlet of blue anime to actually get back into the race. Which of course means that he just has to random into a fucking invincibility before that unbelievable meme cut and like pass all of us for free. That ball hog had me very distracted. Regulus says Anime Gauntlet plus Benson. I swear to God, dude, that's one of Dimpsu's, right? Motherfucker keeps putting characters I don't want in the pack, like actively dislike, but then puts Roll.exe in, and it's like, alright, well, how do I compete with that? Oh, he got the meme cut. Nice. It was close, though. It was mad close. 1-point win. So I guess Pandora and Roll are still pretty good cares, though. Man, I'm kind of excited to play through the rest of Battle Network 6, even if I can already feel the fatigue setting in from just how unbelievably shitty the scenario is. Like, I knew it was going to be bad. I knew it was going to be Battle Network bad, but I forgot what Battle Network bad was, you know? But man, the gameplay's good. The gameplay's good shit. Chris says, nah man, I get you completely. I'm going through a lot of changes and private soul searching myself. Yeah, this is the fucking... the era of weird ennui and angst. Everybody I fucking know is going through this shit. It's a weird time to be alive. Maybe everybody is going through this shit all the time. I feel like it would seem somewhat... Oh, oh my god. Boss mode again? What do you mean? Boss mode has been so fucking active all night. What the fuck, dude? I feel like it would sound either very, very profound or very, very, like, 5th grader philosophy. I'm like, well, yeah, I think everybody's just going through shit all the time. And it's all about how you handle it, man. Fucking bro philosophy. Just abdicating from any fucking serious analysis of the situation, deciding, yeah, you know what? Things exactly are as they are is actually how they were always meant to be. Thought termination, fucking full steam ahead. Alright, I'm actually going to... I wonder... Okay, I'm not close enough to fucking do this. But I'm just gonna, like, create a disaster here. I wanted to avoid hitting teammates. Someone says, yo, I heard that soundbite. Shoutouts to Harama Self. So, Kianta 2 might be the only game on the planet that I think is actually too fast for rollback netcode. Unfortunately, it doesn't really matter because you don't react to anything in Kianta, like online or offline. I think nobody is reacting to shit like Big Steppy. I think the game has a lot more to do with like general like fucking large-scale principles of space control and like conditioning and reading than anything resembling like deliberate control to neutral. Oh my goodness. And that seems kind of okay to me. It makes it kind of a fun netplay experience, even on absolutely fucking shit garbage connections. Also, Tyonic is about to fatal us. Boss mode has been terrible tonight. It is fucking bad and a half. Good lord. I don't know. Is boss mode actually at a normal chance? Boss mode is at 10%. I guess with fucking teams mode at 100%, this is effectively double boss chance, since it's no longer being filtered through two things. But even then, it seems like it's been coming up a lot. Chris says, oh, I never react to shit. My favorite part of discovering the original throw storage glitch setups was the hilariously unreactable shit you could get. Yeah. It's like, you're not fucking blocking overheads in Kianta. You might not even block fireballs. Okay. Did you know that if I hold in a sufficiently powerful sneeze, the bones in my ear will shatter and I will become deaf? Real thing. God, I still gotta work on fucking finding more shit for Hornmod 2, by the way. Hornmod 2 has a very particular target that I want to hit for the amount of new shit added. The actual features in it are pretty light. It's just a little bit of quality of life stuff and the ability to, like, have a config file in your game directory so that whenever you join a server with Hornmod installed, it'll automatically, like, load your preferred ones or whatever. Chris says, why are sneezes so deadly? I mean, for me personally, it's because my fucking collagen don't work good, and my bones are shit. I don't know if anybody else has a similar problem. Wouldn't worry too much about it if you didn't. It says, people discover you can do Taki's unblockable out of stance in Soul Calibur 6. Hey, we found out how to do Taki's unblockable out of stance. Project Soul's like, okay, we increased the input window for it and added it to the move list. Man. That's some good shit. I wonder how alive Soul Calibur is on PC. The last time I tried, I wasn't able to get any games, but I don't think it was at a particularly good time. I'm kind of arriving at the idea that I don't really need to have, like, a main game that I'm competing seriously in until I, like, actually can get to events. Like, I don't want a netplay fiend just to be, like, successful on netplay. But I really fucking need to play more fighting games. And if that means becoming, like, at least tolerable, like, if that means at least tolerating fucking weird situations where you have to join a Discord server and ask fucking people for games, then I feel like that should probably be on my roadmap at some point, you know? Alright, I think I'm done for tonight. Shit has been kind of weird tonight, and I'm also getting a little sleepy. Throat getting a little sore. Wouldn't surprise me if I picked up something during my rare fucking expeditions out of the goddamn apartment while Frey was here. But I will catch you guys in Discord. Appreciate you coming along. The server will remain up if you want to play for as long or as late as you want. Made some changes to the 860 handler pretty recently, so hopefully it should restart quicker in the event of a potato join. And yeah, I want to play Street Fighter V because Street Fighter V has living matchmaking that allows me to get diverse opponents in a wide range of skill brackets, playing a wide range of characters in a wide range of different styles, and it allows me to do this by hitting a button and waiting for like 30 seconds. That shit is why I stuck with L-Sword for so long, honestly. That's like... I think everybody can understand what's so compelling about that. Just, like, some people clearly derive all of their fucking energy and power from just tracking down a particular person and fucking running sets and breaking down the post-mortem and learning the ins and outs of, like, a particular matchup is played by a particular person. But, like, I don't know, it's for me, it's always been, I just want to, like, zone in. I want to get into the rapid iteration situation. I want to see as much shit as I can, as fast as I can, because that's how I improve the best. And I want to do that for as long as I can, with as few interruptions as I can possibly set up, until my fucking eyeballs are, like, melting out of my ears, and I haven't had a conscious thought in 3 days. That kind of flow state is mad addictive, dude. I don't know how people, like... There was a long time where I was, like, living that, when I was, like, grinding L-Sword fucking 12 hours a day, every day, looking for footage. I don't know what snapped in me internally that decided that suddenly the sacrifice I had to make to get there was not okay. But I can't say it wasn't nice while it lasted. I'm looking to recapture that, you know? Where it says, damn, it is gonna make me load up Unist now. I hear ranked on Unist is actually, like, kind of alive on PC. Obviously, it's healthier on PS4 because everything's healthier on PS4, and, you know, like, fucking... That's the real reason that Street Fighter V is, like, fucking living on PC. It's because it's got crossplay. Like, crossplay is so fucking important because, like, the PC presence for fighting games is so small because the PC presence for fighting games is so small. People want to fucking be in active netplay communities, or at least, like, be able to get games relatively quickly. And so when people are like, all right, I have a computer, because most people have computers, and I have a PlayStation 4. For which platform should I purchase Mortal Kombat 11? Ed Boon's fucking Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 2. And of course that die's gonna come up fucking PS4 every time, because the PS4 version is guaranteed to have, like, a healthier general netplay ecosystem. And as long as the game runs at 60 FPS on the console, the advantages of PC are, like, at best you're gonna lose a frame or two of input lag, and you'd be practicing with that and fucking yourself because events are gonna be run on console anyway. So it's like, what do we do about this situation? Well, everybody fucking buys the game on console. And, like, the one exception is, like, weird dojin games, which I feel like we're kind of... They need more love, but they also need more net play. Like, I'd fucking play Hinokakara with people if, like, the game actually had net play that I could rely on to function. Yeah. Fucking see me in Fate Axis the Fragment? Don't see me in Fate Axis the Fragment. That game is, like, super bad. In the immortal words of our Lord and Savior, Sleep Wave Dash Jackie the Legend mode, this game sucks. Good night.